Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to my weekend live. Today I'm going to talk about some successful tips about cross-border shopping. I'm referring to cross-border shopping from Canada to the United States of America. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Francisca. I am a certified health and life coach and author of 4 books, a former educator who has taught ESL and French for over 20 years in the United States, in Canada, and China, from middle school to university levels. I have also taught French to a foreign ambassador, and I have tutored many people French privately. I am also a real estate investor, and I'm also a speaker with a DTM. A DTM is the equivalent of a PhD in Toastmasters, and I'm also a wealth creator with the Mind Assistance Program, aka the Map Book. So, cross-border shopping has been going on from time immemorial, from a very, very long time. When I moved to Canada, or actually when I moved to Toronto, I'm going to talk about cross-border shopping from Toronto, specifically Toronto, to the US, because I live in Toronto and I have gone on the shopping sprees. The first thing you have to do is to decide the day you are traveling and make sure that there is no conflict on your schedule. Usually these cross-border shopping sprees, they usually take place on Saturday. Usually, most of the time, but there's sometimes they could be held to some other time of the week. So check your schedule that you're not going to have any other thing doing on that day. You need to give yourself the whole day off. The second thing you have to do is to check your passport. Has it expired? Yes, it's very important to always check your passport before you travel. And make sure you have some American money with you, American currency. Because if you have to use your credit card, you're going to pay international fees. So make sure you have some American currency with you, American money, so that you can shop with ease, peace, and confidence. Ease, peace, and confidence. I'm sorry. Another thing, the third thing that you should do, you should call to book your spots. Many of the women or the men who run the buses, you need to call them to book your spots. And if you're going with a friend, your friend needs to call in and book her spot or his spot. You cannot book for somebody else. And number 4, you should confirm that you are going. Usually the Monday before the Saturday, the hostess will call you to find out whether you're still going. If you're no longer going on the trip, it is polite and courteous to tell the lady, I am no longer going, so somebody else can take your spot. It's not fair if you're not going and you just keep quiet. It's very rude. So if you're no longer going, life happens, just tell the lady or the man in charge, I'm no longer going, and they'll cross your name off the list. So the 5th thing, you arrive on time at the pickup spots. They have 3 locations. They usually travel either to Buffalo, New York, to Erie, Pennsylvania, Grove City, Pennsylvania, New York City, and sometimes they have done in the past Detroit, Michigan. They usually have 3 locations to pick you up. Scarborough Town Center by the YWCA, and they will give you the bus number and the name will be on the bus. They also pick you up on the West End at Jane and Wilson in front of the Walmart, and the next stop is in Mississauga Square 1. So they give you specific locations and time where you need to pick up the bus, and please be on time. Don't keep people waiting. It's very rude. It's poor taste when you know you have to leave there at 6 a.m. and they're waiting for you. Don't do that. You know you have to be there on time. People judge you and they're not happy. So if you have to be there for 6, try to be there 15 minutes early, or 30 minutes if you want, if you can. Then the 6th thing, at each stop, the hostess tells you how long to shop. If you're going to be there for 2 hours, she will tell you, I want you to be back by 11 a.m. Please abide to the rule. It's very bad manners and poor taste when every time you are late. It's not nice. If you know you're always going to be late, don't take the bus. Take your own car, or rent a car and drive to the border and do shopping yourself. But if you know you are always being late, do not take the bus. It doesn't work for you. It's not fair for others who have to wait on you. Be polite and give a tip to the driver when you're asked to do so. So when you are in the bus, the lady in charge will say, please take out your passport to make sure you have it, and get your money ready and the tip. So you pay the money, the round trip fare, when you are in the bus. And it's always good to give a tip to the driver, at least $5, or you can give more if you have. And if you don't give a tip to the driver, that's also very rude, because the drivers who drive these buses, they're human beings. It's like you go to a restaurant and you don't tip. It means you don't have class, you don't have etiquette. So please have some money and tip the driver, because these drivers, they have to drive that big bus, and they have to deal with so many personalities. They deal with all kinds of, and they hear all kinds of conversation. They hear erotic conversation, funny conversations, rude, all kinds of conversation the women talk about on the bus, and they have to listen to all that and put up with all kinds of personalities. It is not an easy job. So remember, tip the driver. Put yourself in his shoes. If you are driving all the way to New York City, for example, and they ask to tip the driver and you don't tip, how would you feel? That's not nice. Treat people how you want others to treat you. The golden rule. And also, number 8, be careful of the conversations that you carry out in the bus. Some people are very sensitive. They're people from different walks of life and different cultures and different countries. So whenever you say something, think twice. Who is listening in? Will it offend anybody? There's some people there who are very sensitive. The least thing you say, they get upset. So be careful about the conversation that you carry out in the bus. And number 9, pack your bags neatly. When you go shopping, if you have a suitcase, pack it neatly and don't spread things all over the place. It's not only you alone traveling. There are many women and men who are traveling, so pack your things together and put them all in one piece. And number 10, some people forget to do this. It's very important. As you are getting off the bus at your destination, turn around and tell the driver. If you know his name, then that's good. If you don't know his name, said, thank you, driver, for bringing us back safely to Canada in one piece. I see women just leave the bus. They don't even thank the driver, because some people go on these trips, they have accidents and they don't make it back. I remember there was a year when I had to go to New York. I told my pastor, because the pastor said whenever you have to travel, you should inform him. So I told him that I will be traveling to New York. And he said, when are you going? And then he looked up and he told me, Sister Francisca, don't go on that trip. I said, what? Why you tell me not to go on that trip? Listen to your pastor. I'm telling you, do not go on that trip. Don't ask me questions. Don't go. I'm seeing something. I said, oh, this guy, all right. And guess what? I canceled the trip. And I'm happy I canceled the trip, because I heard the bus that I was supposed to go on, they met into an accident. Yes, they met into an accident. So when you come back cross-border shopping and the driver drops you off safely, it's polite, it's courteous, somebody with class and grace. Turn around and tell the driver, thank you for bringing us back safely. And also thank the hostess for providing the opportunity for you to shop in the United States. So that's just my spiel about cross-border shopping. If you have any comments below, please jot them below, and please like and share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. As I do these Facebook lives, I also transfer the videos to my YouTube channel. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if there are any topics you want me to talk about, please let me know. Tomorrow I will talk about telepathy, or ESP, extrasensory perception. Thank you very much for listening. Have a good morning, have a good afternoon, and have a good evening, wherever you might be tuning in from. Thank you very much. Bye for now.